Welcome back. Hopefully your root chakra week was insightful and you had breakthroughs. I know I had some major breakthroughs on like meeting my own needs and where I haven't been exercising my willpower in order to meet those needs. So like I wasn't paying for my own phone bill. My dad was paying it. So I stepped up and I said, okay, hey, it's time for me to do this now. I can do it. So I've been very focused on what needs I can meet for myself now. And it's also a full moon in Capricorn this week. Got a lot of fun stuff happening. Capricorn is like a material world. So basically a lot of karma, a lot of earthly things, restructuring foundations, which is kind of funny because it's kind of going hand in hand with that retrograde in Saturn kind of energy. So a lot of people are getting hit really hard if they're in karmic situations or patterning, but if you're someone that's committed to growth, so what happens is destruction precedes creation. So when you're clearing out your chakras, or you're just doing clearing work, or you're changing your life, well, the dark goddess does something called dance of destruction, and that's where sometimes your emotions take over, but sometimes it's for the highest purpose because something needs to be destroyed. Sometimes our feminine side likes to cause chaos, to rip down some foundations that were faulty, that shouldn't have been there in the first place. And that happens a lot with karmic problems. So, Capricorn. So if you have not yet had any breakthroughs, just keep on going and you'll get there. Root chakra was foundational, right? So we set the foundation for our rest of our journey. Yay! I just really like this thing, but I'm your cheerleader. Keep going! Okay, so we're doing the sacral right here. I'm going to show you a picture of what the symbol for sacral chakra is. So this is this, oh wow, oh wow, oh my god. Okay, this is this, well, maybe I'm not going to show you it. That's the sacral chakra. Okay, I have another picture. Oh, actually. I haven't colored it yet, but this is the sacral chakra. 6 lotus petals. The element of the sacral chakra is water. So going back to last week, we're going to use the same techniques that we did, that we used for the root chakra. Basically, it's going to be the same technique for each chakra. You're just going to be doing it with different, like, factors. So, like the earth, since the earth was the element of root, like, probably it would have been good to go outside and ground a lot. But since this one is in water, I like to use water in my healing. So do your chakra check-in and see how is your sacral feeling. So the sacral is it can give off a lot of heat, like more than the root chakra when you're healing, and it could make you feel nauseous. This chakra governs creativities, passions, pleasures. This is your pleasure center. It governs your emotions, your sexuality, your capacity for joy and pleasure. And this chakra is right below your belly button, but right above your pelvis, your pubic bone. You can feel it if you want. Sacral means one's own dwelling place. So it is said to be very, very sacred. And it's also connected to the second layer of the aura, which is the emotional body. So this space is also called the lower seat of the soul, which is now makes sense that it's called one's own dwelling place, because this is where your soul sits, your body's wisdom sits. So by clearing out this chakra and unblocking it, there's a lot of gifts that are associated with it, but only after you move out of all the trauma and the stored emotion, repressed emotion that might be stuck in there. And then once you're in tune with your body and you're in touch with your body, then you can start reading your body's signals better and understanding what it's telling you through its own wisdom. And understanding that your emotions are a guidance system. They're not there to be like, everyone wants to like say that their emotions are like a bad thing, but they're not. They're there to guide you through things and help you understand yourself better and help you understand others better. So you have to clear away guilt and wounding. And so when you're working with these chakras, you're always setting your intention to clear. And for this week, you would like to clear, balance, and rejuvenate your sacral chakra. Make sure that you're setting that intention once daily when you wake up. The mantra for this chakra is VUM. So you can do the meditation with that chant. And then when you do it, you go VUM. If you did the healing camp meditation, then you'll know that this tone helps your chakra to vibrate and balance. And I recommend doing the healing camp video again this week for the sacral chakra, but this time maybe do it in a water bath, in a salt bath, since it's the element of water. And you can also use your essential oils. So sacral chakra essential oils are rosewood, orange, clary sage, and some others that you can look up on Google if you're not really sure you want to use any of those, or maybe you have some that aren't these already, and see if you can use any of those for your chakra. You can also use your crystals. So you would put your crystal over your sacral chakra while you're doing your water meditation, and that's going to be orange calcite, carnelian, orange spinel. So there's a lot more. You can Google them. I would show you mine, but my cat keeps on playing with them and knocking them all around the room, so I don't really know where my orange ones are right now. Onyx is also one, and it's not even orange, but it is for the sacral chakra. These will help rebalance, and also the different crystals have different meanings for different aspects that they work with. So like one helps to clear karma, one helps to open creativity, different things. You can look up what those mean. I also recommend water exercise this week, because moving in the water will help you with your chakra clearing, as long as you set that intention. If you have access to a pool, you can always do a visualization. So I like to connect with the chakra, close my eyes, and see water, orange water coming and splashing up into the chakra, clearing it out, clearing out all the rubble, clearing out all the debris. And then after, I like to visualize the orange sunset coming in and hitting it and rejuvenating that chakra. And like I said, when you're doing this healing work, it could bring up nausea, some other things, some other symptoms, insecurities. Orange foods for this week: carrots, oranges, peaches, nectarines, mango, butternut squash. I'm sure there's others. You can always look it up. So this center is your creative and your sexual center, and it is connected to intimacy, connection, sex, fertility, and reproduction. It is also connected to how well you can bond with others. So sometimes we let our emotions get in the way of relationships. That would be a sacral issue. That would be a sacral block. If you feel like you have trouble connecting with others, then this chakra is exactly what you want to be working on. If you feel like writer's block, like your creativity is blocked, this is the chakra you want to be working on. And when it's in balance, you're going to feel content, uninhibited in your relationships and your creative endeavors, and you will be more capable of deep intimacy, and you will exude a joyful vibrancy. So you're going to be feeling happier a lot more, and you're going to be happier doing things that are normal, that are completely normal. So this chakra moves in a counterclockwise direction, and it regulates the ovaries or testes, the kidneys, bladder, prostate, pelvis, body fluids, adrenal glands, large intestine, lower back, and sacrum. And also the pelvis. Did I say that already? I don't know. This is associated with your sensuality and your sexuality. It's also in charge of, if you're a woman, menstruating, and also it's what helps you feel good when you're nourishing your body, and you're being with your body, and you're being healthy, and you're doing things for you, and you're showing yourself love and care and affection and attention. It's ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter is a very expansive energy. If you tap into the energy of Jupiter, it's like a grace-filled masculine energy, and you can bring it into your chakra, and it'll help to clear it out. Just call on Jupiter. The shape of this chakra is a pyramid, and the astrological signs associated with it are Cancer and Scorpio. So water signs. The goddess archetype is the Empress. So that's another archetype you could work with when working with the sacral chakra. The Empress, we'll get more into that in a little bit. The animal is the crocodile. So when this chakra is imbalanced, it can mess with your ability to be happy and just enjoy life. Like when you'll just hate everything you're doing, and you'll just be thinking that it's pointless, or you'll be bored. If the energy is stagnant or blocked, it will impact your physical and emotional bodies, and this will interfere with our sexuality and our creativity. Underactivity will result in low libido, issues regarding sex or intimacy, fertility issues, struggling to be creative, lack of insights, no fulfillment, relationship issues, and an overall dissatisfaction emotionally. And then an overactive chakra will be showing by mood swings, overwhelming emotions, overdependence on others, jealousy, possessiveness, and addictions to alcohol and substances, as well as sexual addiction. This chakra can be affected by the baggage in the root chakra too. So it's actually a really good thing that we worked on clearing out our root chakra first, because we got that foundation for our healing, and now we can heal what's going on in the sacral chakra. So if it's the root chakra and the sacral chakra both unbalanced, it can prevent us from feeling safe or being joyful. This can be from our family, childhood, or societal conditioning around sexual expression and self-expression. You see, there's a lot of distorted sexual expression going on in our society, and it's very lustful, it's very greedy, and it's very addictive, and it's harmful. So, just so you know, there is a safer, sacred way to practice sexuality. Sacred sexuality is in tantric practices. It can teach you and also help you to clear out your distorted sexuality. You can practice with a partner or alone if you feel like inclined to look into that. But I do have something I want to read here. Okay. So this is about acting. So this would be associated with your sacral chakra. Is acting on lustful intentions with desires to get your sexual needs met because you feel desire or infatuation towards someone. It's a very lower animalistic nature. Are we at a place in society where we are ruled by our animal nature? Maybe, because everybody's like they feel a lustful feeling and then they're like, okay, act on it immediately, instead of being in control of their own emotions and their own sexuality. In order to kind of clear it up and understand like the difference between acting on a place that is just lust, sexual desire, just purely attraction, that's your sacral. But when you have your heart mixed in with it, that's when it becomes sacred. So you can practice your heart to sacral connection. You can practice the heart chakra opening and flowing down to your sacral, and your sacral coming up and flowing into your heart, and get that connection flowing with those two centers, because it will purify your sexual center and infuse it with a desire to connect sexually from a place of mutual desire and attraction and right intention. Meaning, if you two are both okay satisfying each other's desires in a sexual way, and that's what you both want to do, and you're both consenting, then that's okay. But if you are harming somebody else or yourselves emotionally or physically with one or both of you, maybe somebody's hiding a deeper intention that they want a relationship and they're still like having sexual relations with you, and they're hurting themselves every time they do because of their deep emotional need for connection, then that's harmful and that's imbalance. Let's see. So as long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, what you're doing is probably purer and better. Like, it's got intention of, like, we don't want to hurt people. So if you know you're going to hurt somebody and you know that somebody else has deeper feelings and that's not what you want, then you probably shouldn't be engaging in that anyway, because that is just you being lustful and you getting your own needs met. It's selfish and it's not nice. It's not kind. If you're overpowering somebody or like pressuring them to have sexual relationships with you when you know that they are not interested, then that's also karmic and toxic. That's also something like you need to learn how to control your sexual desire. If you're in a relationship and you're hurting your partner by exploring sexually other people, then you need to be coming into right relationship with yourself and understanding that if your partner is not meeting your needs, it's time to walk away, because you've outgrown that situation and you're seeking fulfillment outside of yourself, if it's sexually or if it's emotionally, because your partner should be the person that you can feel companionship with, that has that nurturing, vibe to them, because that's why you guys are in a relationship and partnership. So your relationship should be emotionally feeling, sexually feeling, fulfilling. And if you feel like you can't be your true self around somebody and go looking for somebody else to accept you, then your karmic relationship is over and you should probably end it. These are all If you're still getting your needs met sexually from someone else, you're cheating, and that's karmic. So I'm giving you examples of a bunch of different karmic situations right now. And by clearing your chakra, you'll help clear up this karma. Now, when you're coming into any situation with somebody else in relationship, you need to be being vulnerable, and the only way that you can understand where you're coming from, your intention, and this person's intention coming together, you guys gotta have a real conversation. You need to learn how to be vulnerable and communicate what you desire. And also, what is your intention when entering a relationship? So if you want to only have sex with this person, then you say that. And if you only want to, and if you actually want to see more about them and want to get into a long-term relationship, say that. I want to move forward towards this. I understand we're still in the getting to know each other phase, but this is where my intention to go is. And if that person is not looking for a relationship, they could let you know then, and then no one's getting hurt because everyone's being vulnerable and upfront. We need to learn how to cultivate real friendships as well. Now, friendships can be a great foundation for a relationship. So when we come into getting to know somebody, and you haven't asked them out on a date, and you haven't how well do you know how to be friends with somebody? How well do you know how to connect with someone without wanting something from them? So in order to set a solid foundation, if you want to move forward with somebody, you need to make sure you're coming from an emotionally available space and a space of right intention. You can't be using someone to distract yourself from something else that you haven't dealt with yet, or to meet your needs. So if you feel like you're emotionally unavailable or hung up on someone from the past, then you should probably clear that out before you go out into the world of trying to date other people. So if you feel like you're not even ready for that, then just be friends with people and have no expectations. If you feel like you can't meet your own needs of shelter or money or something like that, and you're waiting for somebody else to come up in your life and save you financially, or save you, in any way, from yourself, if you're looking for others to meet your needs because you feel like you can't do it yourself, then that's also a root chakra issue. You need to be working on meeting your own needs. We talked about that. So if you're someone who is constantly looking for somebody else to complete you, or save you from your money issues or whatever, and you're constantly looking around and looking as everybody you encounter a possible relationship prospect, then you're walking around and you're projecting your desires onto everybody else. And that's not right, because you need to be meeting your own desires. And that can be whether it's a romantic relationship or a sexual relationship. You can be projecting either one. So we need to learn how to be in right relationship. We need to learn to cultivate positive friendships with others. So you can learn the difference between the energy of friendship and the energy of romance. And if you have needs that are romantic, you can meet your own needs. You can romance yourself. You can watch love movies or whatever you need to do to channel that energy. And then when you meet people, you won't be thrusting your expectations onto people. And you'll be able to meet and connect from a pure place in that moment, instead of trying to use them to get your needs met, or being mad if they don't do what you're expecting, because expectations cause suffering. And allowing things to be natural is where you want to be. So you clear out this chakra, and it gets easier for you to allow things to be natural and pure. Okay, this person intrigues me and I want to get to know them. And so that's pure. That's a pure place. I'm curious about this person. I feel the pull towards them. I'm emotionally available. Ask them on a date, because your intention is to be romantic with them, right? So that's what you would want to do. And And from there, you can talk about what your intentions are. And if they are just sexual, if you like the same thing, like, okay, so you can ask them on a date. And then when you go on the date, tell them, okay, well, my desire is to connect sexually only. But that needs to be communicated. So if there's a long-term romantic situation, that's where you want to go, that should be communicated as well. So you can find someone that's on the same page as you, and we can avoid hurting each other. The person can make a decision and let you know what their intention is, right? And then you're going to accept things as they are, and you're going to accept how things play out, because that's where the real like power is, and you learn how to flow. So now I can flow with what's happening, and I can flow with things that are, how they are, just things being with how they are. That's how you learn to live transparently, and you embody authenticity. You get to be who you came here to be. And I know that the collective has fear of rejection that looms upon them, and I do feel like rejection is just fear in a different form trying to grapple you and suck you down, and it's not right. Just know every single time you put yourself out there, every single time you're vulnerable, that's a win for you. Because even if you get a no, that's one step closer to the yes that you will finally get. So first and foremost, you just got to make sure you're meeting your own needs, right? And then all the rest of the stuff comes with the relationships and your experience. And if you just clear out first, then you can be coming from a pure place when you step into these people's lives and connect with them. So sacred sexuality is a great healing modality. So relationship issues, sexual experiences, and work-life balance can impact the flow of energy in this chakra, and you have to clear out all of that baggage from the past. Anytime you've ever felt guilt about something sexual, something related to relationships, this chakra governs the sexual organs, the liver, the hormones, the upper intestine, and the spleen. Imbalance in this chakra will have you experiencing sexual dysfunction, low libido, sexual addiction, addictions to substance or alcohol, pelvic pain, hormonal issues, urinary issues, sciatica or lower back pain, guilt, emotional problems, disorders, lack of joy and fulfillment, boredom, dissatisfaction, and jealousy. And when you start working with the chakra and healing it, you will, again, just like how we did with the root, it'll feel warm, it'll feel vibrating, it'll be, because you're unblocking it and you're clearing it out, so you're going to feel all those same symptoms. You're going to, for 3 to 5 days, feel some other things that will come up and rise with it. And this can involve a shift in your digestive system, in your hormonal and reproductive systems, so you might feel these things. Oh, and also it can open you up to more sexual desire, which when that's happening, you need to make sure you're checking your personal power and not projecting that onto everybody that you encounter. Just like we talked about right now, about not using people to get your needs met. Unless, of course, you have a sacred partner that you can practice with, or even if it's just a regular person that you have a relationship with in that way. This can even clear up fertility issues, and you will begin taking pleasure in the things you do, and you'll want to do them because they'll please you. So you'll be wanting to do things more and more because you'll feel good about doing them. And you'll be more indulgent in your senses. So just like I said in the last video, you need to be patient and gentle with yourself as you heal symptoms and patterns that may arise related to this chakra. So make sure that you're okay with letting go. Let go of your insecurities. Pelvic pain, you might feel that. Just know that everything that comes up is serving a higher purpose, and it needed to be released so that you could go through this and heal. So it's giving you an energetic reset so that you begin to find more joy, balance, and emotional maturity. And then you let the process happen. So let it do the work, do your process, rest, and then integrate. And then also you can work with the goddess archetype, the Empress. She enjoys all aspects of the physical life on Earth, and she knows that she deserves to experience pleasure and joy, and she is passionate and in surrender, and she's in surrender and in service to life. Like the Empress is like the divine feminine, and the divine feminine, she's constantly like making love with life, right? She's finding joy and experience and pleasure and sensation in every single thing that she sees and encounters. Her self-worth, your self-worth is also connected to this chakra. So she too knows that she's worthy of enjoying pleasures. So work on your worthiness. You also are somebody who enjoys to have joy and to be pleasure-filled. She's in touch with her body and her sexuality, and she's sensual and soft. She feels very deeply, but is balanced emotionally. And she has an air of grace and serenity to her. She trusts that there is always more than enough to go around. So lack, she doesn't think that she's lacking. She knows that she's not. She knows she's full, and she knows she's abundant. And that's the Empress. She trusts that there is always more than enough to go around. She's generous and giving because of this. And her energy and appetite for life draws the things that she wants to her. So when we ask her to help us heal, she helps do so by showing us to enjoy things, to use our senses more, to remember that joy is our birthright, and just take pleasure in the joys of this world, in the joys of this life. So joy and peace become our normal emotional state, and then it attracts in charisma and good fortune. And we open to as a channel of creativity, and we love birthing our ideas into the world. So this will show us and help us to manifest our desires. And then, so the Empress calls in. So the Empress just goes out through her life. She's like flowing, she's happy, she's enjoying, but she still has her list of manifestations, and they come naturally to her because she calls them in with all of the joy and gratitude that she's feeling for the things that she already has, the joy she already has. Things to think about when you are reflecting on the sacral chakra. Are you giving yourself free time to do fun things? Are you allowing yourself to indulge in treatments for your body, such as facials, massages, or scrubs? Do you feel you deserve to enjoy life? Are you able to see and experience joy and pleasure in the small things? Do you like your body, and are you comfortable and confident in it? Are you comfortable with your sexuality? Do you feel sensual? Do you feel abundant? Does life feel abundant to you? Are you involved in negative drama? Some people get addicted to guilt and drama, and the funny thing is that then when they don't feel it, they look for reasons to feel it, or to create scenarios in their head that are dramatic because they're not okay with being at peace because they've lived in chaos for so long that it's like it's an addiction to suffering. So let me tell you, the last thing is the sacral affirmations. I am a divinely created being here to enjoy all that is divine in my life. I know I deserve to experience pleasure, and I take pleasure in all of life. My body is sacred, and I cherish it. It is safe for me to express and enjoy my sexuality. I honor my feelings, and I am able to move through them in a healthy way. I allow myself time to create and play just for the joy of it. I honor and enjoy my body. My sexuality is sacred. I feel pleasure every day. I am passionate about life. I am playful. I am joyful. I honor all of my emotions. Creativity flows through me. Joy flows through me. Abundance flows through me. So if you want to look up other affirmations so that maybe those don't resonate with you, you'll find something else that does. And that, I hope you have a great week for Sacral week, and do some fun things and enjoy yourself and indulge in your senses and do things that bring you pleasure. And next week we'll be working on the solar plexus. So yeah, thanks for being here with me, and I'm just so excited to be doing this journey. Really, I am, and I'm so grateful, and I'll see you next week.